Welcome to Retirement Decoded with your host, Scott Tucker, where we break down the complexities of retirement planning to give you clear, actionable advice. Whether you're just starting out or getting ready to retire, Scott's here to help you make informed decisions and secure your financial future. Tune in each week as we simplify the process and decode the path to a stress-free retirement. Now, here's your host, Scott Tucker.
And we're back. Welcome back to the podcast, Retirement Decoded with Scott Tucker. I'm your host, Scott Tucker. And another episode of the podcast. And with me today is Associate Advisor Max Wren. Say hello, Max Wren.
Hello, Max Wren.
Max Wren, Andre Hootie could not be with us. He's on assignment. So
he's doing some big, important things right now.
Yeah, he's missing the podcast. I think because the podcast, the podcast comes out every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Central Time. And so I think it's too early for Andre. Monday morning, 5 a.m. What do you think?
He's working out Sunday night still, so he needs those hours of sleep.
Longtime listeners of the podcast will remember, I think, that Associate Advisor Andre Hootie, he was born in Ukraine when he was 3 years of age. He came to Chicago with his family when he was three. With his parents, his grandparents preceded him. He was on his mom's side by about a year, and then his sister was born here in Chicagoland area. And Andre, he speaks English as a third language.
You would never tell, though.
No. Well, when you come in when you're three, then you kind of get the American accent going and everything. The problem is I've asked him before, do you think in Ukrainian? Do you think in English? He's like, yeah, kind of this and that. He didn't really speak English until he was about third grade.
Okay.
Yeah, out of necessity. The school nurse didn't speak Ukrainian and he was sick. In third grade, and it was gangbusters from there.
Oh, he's so great.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So he works. You're not kidding, Max. He works like all weekend taking care of his family's business, his parents' business.
He never stops working.
Takes care of our business. Takes care of his parents' business. Takes care of his wife. Takes care of everybody. He got to take care of himself.
He needs to.
That's why we give mornings off sometimes on the podcast. Max, we have a question to the Retirement Dakota podcast here today, and this is from Morgan. Morgan says, Max, I'm curious, have you used an AI tool lately to create a retirement plan? ? We wouldn't do that, Max. That's a little wild.
No, you gotta be careful there too with putting in client data into those AI tools.
So we're really careful not to. There's like a ChatGPT is a common AI tool that a lot of people. We were just talking about this morning, Max. Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of people use that kind of as a search engine. What you want to be careful about is you don't give it too much personal information.
Right.
If we needed to, there is a SEC compliant version of artificial intelligence we could use with client information. We just really don't. But those sorts of things do exist. But yeah, make sure your advisor's not, you or your advisor aren't putting too much information into your ChatGPT. The most we ever do with ChatGPT is use it like a search engine.
Yep.
Because it'll go search, all 20 different pages and put together little answers to your questions, but you really don't want to put your personal info in there.
Right.
So, Morgan, I would be a little careful about having AI create your financial plan. That sounds a little... I didn't think about how crazy that is until... Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, you got to be really careful, too, because those things will use outdated data from years ago or the previous year. You got to be really careful with what you're looking at there.
When I printed this off from the podcast listener mailbag, I didn't realize that Morgan had fed all our information into like a chat GPT and it gave her all her answers. Okay, so this question's kind of long, several questions and statements and things together, but I didn't really think about that, before we get on the podcast today. So Max, I'm curious, have you used an AI tool lately to create a financial plan or a retirement plan? No, that's not what we do. You shouldn't do it either. Morgan says, I had loosely created a plan for myself with an investment withdrawal strategy. I'm 67 and retired. See, too much information, right? Right now, I hope nobody's listening to this and typing all her stuff into ChatGPT. Morgan continues, Max, in the last week, I started an in-depth detailed query in ChatGPT.
Oh, gosh. Where are we going here?
Oh, no. That I'm impressed with the results. Exclamation point. Max, I compared this to a friend's professional plan and became even more impressed. Impressed with herself.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Impressed with ChatGPT and not with the professional plan that her friend got. Hopefully her friend's financial planner, I don't think he or she would do this. Hope your friend's financial planner wasn't using ChatGPT for financial plans.
No, if they are, run.
Yeah, well, that's pretty wild. That would actually be like a whole SEC personally identifiable information kind of violation deal. It'd be big stuff.
Yep.
I was going to say another word, but it'd be big stuff. It'd be a big stuffing deal, wouldn't it?
That's one word for it. Yep.
That's a word for it. I compared this to a friend's professional plan and became even more impressed! Exclamation point. Morgan says, Max, I feel I am a pretty knowledgeable investor, aware of different retirement strategies, and I knew what questions to ask and how to change the scenarios, period. Max, a couple of things that folks miss. They come to us with their spreadsheets they create at home and all these things.
They love their spreadsheets.
Some of them. And a lot of our engineer friends like spreadsheets and that. A couple of things people miss on their spreadsheets. They miss things that are, to us, pretty obvious, like market risk. They miss future taxation. They miss taxes on Social Security caused by tax-deferred retirement accounts like IRA, 401k, 403b, deferred comp, TSP, SUP-Simple KEO. They miss inflation. We've had people come to us that are super genius engineers, and then they forget to compute inflation in their plan.
And if they do, they always try to make it a lot lower. So
it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah, right.
Max, do you remember a couple of years ago when eggs were like $9 and the inflation was $9 or 9%? Yeah, you said it was crazy. So if there's 9% inflation, using the rule of 72, the spending power of your cash is cut in half in 8 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Thankfully, they didn't stick around forever. But somewhere around north of 3% is kind of what's kind of prudent to use. But sometimes it goes higher than that. Morgan continues, Max, I took the suggestions from ChatGPT. I plugged them into Portfolio Visualizer and Bolden. Not a recommendation or anything like that. And I still had my mind blown with the amount of detailed accuracy! Exclamation point.
Accuracy. Okay.
Max, is anyone else using artificial intelligence in this way? Question mark. Geez, I hope not, Max. Max, I figure I might have a professional review before I accept it fully, but I have to say, wowzers. Max, what do you think about all that?
I think if someone walked in and had us wanted to review their ChatGPT AI financial plan, I don't even know what I would say.
I would get out the, you ever see those old cartoons where they chase somebody around with a butterfly net?
Yeah. Yep.
Trying to put them in the cuckoo bin?
Yep.
That's the deal. Get them in the paddy wagon and send them for a checkup from the neck up.
Oh, they need something.
Morgan, it's a great idea. Max, we have to file this under the category of just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's a good way of saying that.
So have you ever, there's people that they say they go on Facebook and they click on a cat video and then they see ads all over the internet for cat food for a week.
Yep.
Or they say a big one is if Gmail actually scans all your emails and then shows you ads.
Great.
There's a reason.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Or just all and ChatGPT is very much a search engine like Google is. Google knows when a woman misses her period and is likely pregnant. And then you start seeing ads all over Amazon for diapers and strollers, not diapers yet, but strollers and I don't know.
Oh, I'm getting
those mobiles, or what is it, the cribs and all the stuff, and
where they're pushing them around.
The thing you sleep in when you're a baby.
Okay, crib.
Yeah, I used to always get out of my crib.
Of course, I could definitely.
As soon as I could, I'm making a jailbreak,
just causing chaos.
Yeah. So Morgan, if you type all your financial information into ChatGPT, it's being data mined. By who? Who owns ChatGPT? Is it its own company? I haven't paid attention.
I think it's Sam Altman. If I had to put,
I haven't paid attention if they're publicly traded or anything yet because I'm not a big specific stock risk guy.
They're private, privately held. Yep.
Yeah. So you're giving all your info to ChatGPT. Congratulations. I think as I said that I thought people might be surprised that I wouldn't know if they're public or private. I was thinking kind of private. But that one thing that comes to mind, though, why do we not chase specific stocks? Max, specific stock risk. That's why.
Right.
Specific stock risk. So there was a guy who used to be on the radio We have a radio show on WIND in Chicago. I should mention we're federally licensed. So if you're an American anywhere in America or its territories, we can help you. Just go to tuckerretirement.com. At tuckerretirement.com, you can see our phone calendar. Click and pick a time, and we'll talk to you 15 minutes for free on the telephone in the coming week, and we'll get your questions answered, your answers question, just like Morgan here. We won't feed all your information to ChatGPT either. There was a gentleman who used to be on the radio. He's retired now. But for a number of years, it was Bob Brinker's Money Talk, and that used to be in Chicago. In the Chicago market, it used to be on WLS AM 890. Way back when, as well. I'm thinking of all the people who used to be on WLS AM 890. We've been on it before, but Rush Limbaugh used to be on it, and then before then, in the 70s, WLS in Chicago was a big deal for music, actually. Now it's a talk format. But Bob Brinker, a few years back, and for a couple decades, he was on more than that. I mean, he must have been on for 30 years or so. Every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, both days, he had a 3-hour show, Bob Brinker's Money Talk, and something that we use sometimes in conversations with clients, prospective clients. He had like a rule that you shouldn't hold more than 4% of your investable assets in any given security. We have people. We just working with a lady right now. Her husband works at United Airlines. So what does she own too much of?
Almost all United.
Yeah, I think it's. I was looking at it just the other day, and now my mind's a little fuzzy. I want to say it was like 7% of her investable assets in United. I could be wrong, even more than that. But Bob Brinker had a rule that you probably shouldn't have more than about 4% of your money in any given security.
For good reason.
Yeah. So I mean, because you could have as little, and that would still not make me real comfortable if we ran an investment analysis on your portfolio, and then we found that you just had 25 stocks. So you had 4% on 25 different stocks, and last time I checked, 25 times 4 is 100%.
Close to it.
100%. And so you wouldn't really have as much diversification or safety as you might think you have.
Right.
Max, I know you know this, but a lot of people are kind of mind blown if we say something like, they'll say, well, what about the Dow? Like, how's my portfolio? That's something it's something a little bit older people say, I think. Yeah. We don't hear as much as we used to.
Not anymore. It's more S&P 500 now.
Yeah. But sometimes we'll get somebody who'll say, well, how's this doing compared to the Dow? Because the darn radio and the TV and the CNBC and everybody still talks about the Dow.
I think Fox, they always show the Dow, don't too?
Is it on Fox Business they do that?
Yeah, I think so. They always have it on.
I have a setting on the YouTube TV where I can see CNBC and Fox Business at the same time. It annoys me that I have to get out of YouTube TV to go into Bloomberg to see the Bloomberg screen.
No sense.
Can't you just make it all in one place?
Hey, after listening to this, maybe they will.
Yeah, they're going to get some act right. I think the Bloomberg just doesn't want to. The Bloomberg doesn't want to be on the YouTube TV.
They're a little too high class.
Well, I think they're trying to keep everybody in their Bloomberg Smart TV app, so they have all the ads and control of the ads better, and then the data or whatever. But if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to watch it,
that is true.
Just made that up. I don't know where I was going with all that. Oh, the Dow, though. So the Dow only has, Max, you know this, Dow only has 30 stocks.
That's right.
And
30.
So people, they'll come in and say, here's my statements and whatever. And we'll say, oh, we're an investment analysis. Yeah, can you tell me if it's beating the Dow?
I hope it's beating the Dow.
Well, the Dow's only 30 stocks, and so the Dow's not even a good measuring stick. Oh, it drives me crazy about the TV, the radio. I think the radio does a worse job of this. They'll say, oh, goodness, the Dow is down 100 points. Well,
that's kind of a good thing. That's nothing at all.
Yeah, how about a percentage, you know? Or they'll say, the S&P 500, it's down 150 points. And like it's a big deal. I'll say, well, okay, how about a percentage?
Right.
You know, you go look and it's like, oh, down 0.3% or whatever it comes out to. This is nothing, you know? So do you think, Morgan was using ChatGPT to do her financial plan, and there's a lot of things you can miss. We were talking about that. Max, one of the best use cases for ChatGPT, if you're going to use it, I don't know if you've done this or not, you can upload a photo of yourself, and then you can have it create an action figure of you.
I had no idea you could do that.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Okay. It was all the rage on the face page on Facebook a few months ago.
I'm off that, so.
Yeah. Do you think that keeps you safe from the National Security Agency, just being on Facebook?
I think it keeps me safe from the Zuckerberg. And that's what I'm trying to stay away from.
Trying to stay away from the Zucks?
The Zuck, yeah.
Well, so if you have ChatGPT, you can take a photo of yourself with your phone. Morgan, you can try this. This would be better than doing financial planning on your ChatGPT by far. So Morgan, let's say ChatGPT already knows you like cats or you like dogs. They already know that you like coffee or you like wine or you like walks in the park or you like to oil paint. Whatever it is that you've told ChatGPT or asked it, it knows all about you. And Morgan, in your case, ChatGPT knows all about it because you put all your financial information in there. But what you could do, just if you have the normal searches about puppy dogs and lollipops and dandelions or whatever, Morgan, you can take your phone, take a photo of yourself, upload it into ChatGPT, and then ask it to create an action figure of you. And it'll do it'll be an action figure of Morgan with her financial statements in one hand, her glass of wine in the other, and an oil painting behind her, and a sunset with a rainbow, whatever it is you're into. It'll make it like an action figure. It'll put you in a little box and say like for ages 8 and up or whatever. It'll make you look like a little Star Wars action figure.
And then when Skynet comes around, that's what you'll look like in Skynet, right?
Skynet? No, explain the Skynet. I'm forgetting.
So that's the Terminator, Rise of the Machines and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. So
that's something our friend Keith would come up with.
Yeah,
more.
I feel like Keith's a big sci-fi guy.
Yeah, he is.
Thankfully, this is a Keith-free zone. So.
Yeah, this is our podcast, a retirement Decoded podcast with Scott Tucker. I'm your host, Scott Tucker, and my sidekick on today's podcast, Associate Advisor Max Wren. And so if you listen to our radio show on WIND on Sundays, and you can get that cross country, say like with the TuneIn app or whatever. We have one of our other radio brethren is a radio producer, man extraordinaire, Keith Conrad. And we always tease Keith that our podcast is a Keith free zone. Mm-hmm. So he yes, it's a Keith free zone. I think because he doesn't want to get up early on Monday morning to do the podcast.
Well, I mean, he's been fired from about every single station. So
that's all the radio jobs. Yeah, all the radio jobs.
Yep.
He's been hired and fired. The station he's at now, he's worked at once or twice before, and then there was another station that he worked for. He worked for 2 stations downtown and 1 station in the suburbs, just in Chicagoland.
Okay.
But he's also worked in Milwaukee and Atlanta and Huntsville, Alabama.
He's everywhere.
Oh, that's the radio deal. He said when he got started in radio, they said, just don't ever have more stuff in your house than you can fit in a U-Haul trailer.
You're always,
you get your little, you get your little, I can't remember what Keith drives. You get your little Prius with your trailer hitch.
Please don't tell me he's a Prius guy.
Yeah, you could have your little Prius with a trailer hitch, and then whenever you move, you could have like an inflatable couch. That kind of stuff. And then, because whenever you move and you get hired and fired from your radio job, you just stuff it into one of those U-Haul trailers.
Yep.
Those U-Haul trailers, they say that they can't go over 55 or something. It says it right on the back, I think.
They say that, but they can go a lot faster.
I know they can get a lot faster. Many years ago, I had a friend of mine. He had me tow his boat. I had a truck, and he wanted me to tow his boat, and I was in Michigan. And I exceeded what's the towing speed limit.
Okay.
And it was up in Kalkaska, Michigan. And the nice officers, they informed me, not only do you need those mirror extender things, so they go, when you get to Traverse City, go into U-Haul and you can buy them there. Okay. They gave me a warning. I was nice. They were nice. And they said another thing, towing this boat, it was like a 21-foot boat or something. Towing this boat, you cannot, in the state of Michigan, tow any trailer over 55 miles an hour.
Okay.
And I said, sir, gentlemen, I did not know that. And I was nice to them, and they were nice to me. And the Kalkaska Police Department, they let me off the warning.
You were doing the yes sirs, no sirs.
I had the yes sirs, no sirs. I was in the Navy, so I know how to behave. So you turn off the engine, you get your flashers on. You have those tinted windows. You roll down all the windows. You turn on your dome light. Anything you got to do. It's like 4 p.m. Turning on my dome light.
Hands on
the steering wheel. Don't make any sudden movements. Wait for them to ask for you to get in the glove box, because in Michigan, you never know what you might find in the glove box.
Yeah, that is true.
So you don't want to go reaching in the glove box, and they're nervous too. I had a gentleman tell me one time, we're in Chicagoland. gentleman a bit older than me. He said he went to the glove box a little too quick, and he heard the officer unsnap his holster. And he goes, so you just stop there. He goes, okay, I'm just reaching for my insurance. And he's like, because the state trooper had his hand on his firearm, and he unsnapped his holster. He had like a leather snap on it.
I don't blame the guy. People are crazy.
So the guy is just like, he heard that snap, and this gentleman is a gun owner himself, and he knew what that noise was, and he just stopped. He's like froze there. He goes, okay, take it easy. There's nothing in the glove box except for license, the registration and insurance. He's like, okay, yeah. The trooper's like, okay, sir, no problem. Just move slowly. And he's like, with finger and thumb, like, here's the, try not to get shot.
It's like slow mo.
Here's the license, or here's the registration, and here's the insurance. Now, for my license, I'm going to reach slowly. Yeah. So, Morgan, maybe don't feed all your personal information into the Chat GPT. Just use the Chat GPT to answer questions like you would a Google. Realize you have no privacy with the Chat GPT. Also realize that possibly the best use you can make of the Chat GPT is to make an action figure of yourself. Yeah. I did that with our little dog Forrest, actually. We have a super mutt Forrest, a little 38-pound ball of fury, part pit bull, part poodle, although he looks like a long, low collie. So he looks like a collie and a dachshund had relations.
Would never guess pit bull poodle.
No, he looks like a little low slung collie deal. So little Forrest, you can take a picture of your dog. So Morgan, here's something else you can do. Your dog, your cat, whatever, your goldfish, you can take a picture, upload it to Chat GPT, and ask them to make it an action figure or a superhero, whatever it is, and they'll make a little image there for you, and then you can show your friends.
Yeah, probably more fun idea than putting your financial data.
Putting all your financial data, your date of birth, everything into ChatGPT, not recommended. Well, it's been fun. It's been real fun. Go to tuckerretirement.com, get in our phone calendar. We'll talk to you in the next episode.
Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. has a strategic partnership with tax professionals and attorneys who can provide tax and or legal advice. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. A Roth conversion is a taxable event and may have several tax-related consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA. The views and opinions herein are those of Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of AE Wealth Management, LLC. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC. AEWM and Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. are not affiliated companies. Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. is an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. AEWM does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. are not subject to investment advisory requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc. is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this podcast shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Scott Tucker Solutions, Inc.